Oh, okay. We can talk about that too.
Yeah, we can talk about
a lot of good things.
Yeah, it was a good thing.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
It was funny. It was actually a funny story.
I'm excited to hear.
Okay, we are ready.
All right, we are good to go in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Hello, my name is Elizabeth Ashton, and here we are on episode 3 of my Are You Mad series. We have a very amazing and special guest coming on today. She's a very innovative artist, turning personal hardship into abstract art, as well as many other things that she's doing. Her name is Hurricane Karina Taylor, and we met at a towel party for Miss Fabulous, her birthday party, and we clicked right away because she, to me, reminds me of Punky Brewster. I'm like, it's Punky Brewster. I love it, and she's so beautiful. She has amazing dimples, and not just that, she shared her story with me, so I definitely wanted to bring her on and spread her story to turn to help inspire all of you. I was really excited about this interview, actually, and Karina, are you mad?
Well, I used to be, but not so much anymore.
So tell us a little bit about, if you feel comfortable opening up about some of the hardships you've gone through and then how you're turning it into triumphs now.
Well, myself personally, I used to be an Army military police officer. And through the military, you experience ups and downs. People always ask me, well, how was your experience in the military? And one thing I always tell people is, well, I have some of my best and some of my worst memories from the military. And this is probably the first time I've ever actually talked about what I'm about to talk about.
Yeah, that's why we talked ahead of time. So as a behavioral therapist, I used to give speeches to refugees from all over the world with NAMI, a National Alliance on Mental Illness. I want to make sure you weren't going to be triggered by anything.
No, I'll be okay.
Okay. Just want to make sure. Okay.
Yes, I'll be fine. So one thing I've never really talked about before is when I was younger, I didn't know how to deal with things that I was seeing or experiencing. And so I used to be a cutter.
And this is why I feel like your message is very powerful, because I worked at the school as a behavioral therapist for a year. And this is, and I go into homes as a behavioral therapist. And a lot of the kids now are struggling with this, the cutting. And so I want to, as a behavioral therapist, what I like to do is redirect my clients into healthier outlets, and either with music or with her art and boxing. So would you like to share a little bit about that?
Yeah, it's not something I'm ashamed to talk about.
Yeah.
It's not something that I'm ashamed to show people what I've done. I mean, I wear a lot of long sleeve shirts and stuff, you know, just for myself personally. But if I ever do wear short sleeves, I have no problem telling people, hey, look, I wasn't trying to kill myself here. This was just my outlet of dealing with what I was seeing and experiencing because I was young and I didn't know how to do anything else. I didn't know how to express myself.
And I love that you're real about that. And when I first met you, you actually showed me your scars, and that's the reason I wanted to bring you on my podcast. I said, I feel like we need to get real about these things and to help the viewers understand ways that we can turn it into a healthier direction like you have. So, yeah. So
yeah, there's a lot of different things. I mean, again, like I said, it wasn't that I was trying to kill myself. It was just a deflection so that I would stop thinking about the things that I've seen or the things that I had experienced. It was a way to get my mindset changed and to experience something, even though it was painful, different than the other painful things that I was thinking about or that I was remembering.
I'm a recovered bulimic, and with the bulimia, I did the same thing. It was a way of numbing the emotions so I didn't have to feel them, because I feel things very intensely. And so, yeah, so maybe it's the same thing with the cutting. It's a way to actually, because I think it's important for people to understand the psychology behind it, because I feel like a lot of people are don't really understand what exactly cutting is and the psychology behind it.
I believe that. I believe that as well. I believe that as well. But I was able to, through therapy as well, from the military, able to redirect myself and find other outlets that helped me deal with things. One of the outlets that has always helped me was going to the gym and working out.
I noticed right away. I know. We went to a party the other day. I'm like, you have a rocking body. Remember? I'm like, she looks amazing.
Thank
and my
you.
daughter's like, are you saying that we don't look good? I said, no. I mean, but I tell people when I feel someone, I'm going to tell them, you know,
Thank you.
you look amazing.
It. Thank you. But that was one thing that also helps. It releases happy endorphins. So a lot of people with depression or anything like that, it's one outlet that they can use to help boost their moods.
And naturally raises serotonin levels.
Yes, correct, correct. And now I'm actually an MMA coach and a personal trainer for UFC Fit here in Las Vegas.
Oh, that's amazing, because I know you were doing a television series. Is that what that is? Or is that... I'm trying to remember what Bernalyn was. Bernalyn was the one that introduced me to you. But yeah, so maybe that's what she meant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about your art. I love the colors, the reds, the pinks, the purples. That's why I wore purple to match your
I
art
love
today.
it.
I wanted to match your amazing art. And didn't you just barely do this piece?
Yes, this one actually was finished yesterday.
Oh, wow.
It was a work in progress. It actually took 4 days to actually complete. However, they were not 4 back-to-back days. They were 4 very different days. There's a whole other piece underneath what you're actually seeing, which is the background of it. But sometimes when I do art, I look at it and I'm like, this isn't finished yet. And I will repaint and repaint and repaint until I look at it and I say, that's it.
Oh, so there is my daughter's an artist too, and I said, can I share your work? Because she's the one who came up with my logo, Are You Mad? She did
love
that.
it.
So, but she never likes to share her stuff. I have to beg her. Sometimes I have to pay her, you know, because she's like, no, it's not done yet. It's not done yet. It's not done yet. So I always wonder, is she ever going to feel satisfied with her art? So, yeah.
Well, it's one of those things that you know it when you see it.
And you know that's when it's all the way done.
And if I stop and I catch myself staring at my piece for an extended period of time, I'm like, it's done. There's nothing more that I want to do on this one. Like this piece particularly is expression of my chaos. And not a mad chaos or a bad chaos, but just chaos in general.
Yeah, and it's a way to kind of gear that all into a painting instead of the cutting it's a healthier way of letting it out. I love that.
It's a form of, what is the word I'm looking for? No, it's more of an expression.
Expression.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Well, we're going to show another art piece in just a moment. We'll go to that one next.
Perfect. Are we good?
Okay. And we're gonna do you feel like it's going okay?
Yeah, I feel like it's going great. Okay,
You're going great.
perfect.
Yeah, I don't know if she said like a series, but maybe that's what she meant.
I don't know what you...
Yeah. They can cut that out anyway.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, they're good at
Okay.
editing.
Yeah, all right, good. Yeah, I was like, a series? I was like, deer in headlights. What series? Which one?
She'll like totally pump people up. That's what I love about her, though. You know, that's
I
what
love it. Yeah.
her,
Oh, yes,
you know?
yes, yes,
She's
yes, yes.
amazing.
Yes.
So yeah, so I'll ask you more about this next. What is it then? Like what does it have to do with autism? Because
Oh, this is Kenny Valdivia. He is actually a podcaster.
Yeah, you're not recording it. You have to do it when you
Yo, okay.
He's
well,
a-
I guess we can.
Yeah, I could. I'll
curious.
tell. Yeah, he's a podcaster also, and he came. I'll tell you when we get on the thing.
Okay.
It'll be easier because then you won't have to go through here twice.
Yeah, that's a good one. Good.
Oh, did you get my message I sent you earlier?
to help you.
No.
Oh, but you didn't
No,
tell me. Is she?
the funny message I sent you.
Oh, Melinda?
Huh?
Are you gonna paint the guy?
Paint what guy? No. You must have not have gotten it. You better go reread my text I sent you. Because I thought it was quite funny when I sent it.
Oh, okay. If I did respond, then I wasn't I got it.
You didn't respond to me.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
You're like great for on camera. You're perfect.
Oh, really?
Yes,
oh,
you
really?
are. Yeah, you
Thank you for giving me the confidence. Because
Good.
it's like,
You need it. You should have it.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yay.
This is fun.
Yes,
I'm excited.
it is. Yay. I am too. Like,
Did you get nervous at all or no? Yeah.
Oh, of course you get like little jittery, but
Yeah, they say a certain amount of anxiety is good to perform a little bit better, but not too much where it
I was more
hinders.
excited today than anything.
Good. Oh,
I was
good.
more
That's
excited
good.
to work with you.
That's
today. I
good.
was like, oh, I can't wait. This is going to be fun because you have a great personality, and so you don't make it like what's the word I'm looking for? I always say this when I can't think of the word I want. Comfortable.
Good. That's important though, because I want to make sure the people who come on do feel comfortable. Because I feel like they'll open up more and they'll feel comfortable to open up. And you're doing great. Yeah, it's perfect.
Oh, the colors look cool in here, and this one looks really cool.
They
with
really
you
do
too.
a good job making you look.
Yeah.
People look good on camera. I'm like, they do a really great job producing it.
I'm just being silly.
Why, thank you.
Because like,
Oh, are we waiting for the next piece?
oh yeah, if that's all right.
Oh, yeah, okay, 1 second.
Oh yeah, no hurry. It's all good.
What happened? Oh,
Oh wait, no.
we
I
got the
don't know.
next piece.
No, we're good. This is good.
Oh, okay, yeah, we're ready.
Hi.
Okay, perfect.
Yep, we're ready when you are.
We go? Okay. Right. So Karina, tell us a little bit about this art piece. I know I've worked with kids on the spectrum of autism, so I have a soft spot for them. So tell me a little bit about this amazing painting that you did.
So this wonderful piece I did with Kenny Valdivia. He's a fellow podcaster who has autism, and we wanted to do a little piece on autism awareness.
I love that.
And I do a lot of my pieces with various other famous people, some not famous people, but we collaborate and I let them pick their colors. And so Kenny picked his colors for this one. We did it on camera also. And yes, it turned out amazing in my opinion. I love his color choice. He did a really, really great job. And it was a lot of fun to work with him.
Well, I do feel like people on the spectrum are angels.
Yes.
Because I've worked with them for so long, and they have a gift. They have a gift that we don't have. I have noticed they actually are more spiritually in tune with things than I would say the typical person, and they're I guess described as atypical. And this reminds me of an angel, and people on the spectrum are angels because I've worked with them for years, and they bring something to the world that we need. People on the spectrum I feel like are a little more honest, which I think we need in the world. They're real and they're honest enough, so say things that people get offended by, but actually maybe it's something that person needed to hear. Because they're just honest and they're real. They don't ever have any malice behind the things they say. They're very misunderstood that way. I know because I've worked with a lot of people on the spectrum, and they're angels.
Yes, exactly. He's a wonderful human. I met him at UFC Fit. It was one of the days that we had Forrest Griffin in teaching classes at the gym, and Kenny had come in because he's a big fan of him and everything. And he approached me, and we just got to talking, and I loved his personality. And it was really funny because the way this one came about, it came about last minute. We didn't even know we were going to do it. And it was about, I think it was 1 o'clock in the morning, and he'd sent me a message saying something over Messenger. And I was like, we should paint you, because he was talking about his podcast. And he was like, okay. And then the very next day, I had him over and we were painting him. And we did a little podcast interview. He did a little interview with me, and we talked about the spectrum a little bit. And it was great. You should check it out on Messenger. You should check him out at Kenny Valdivia.
I definitely will. So I observed one of my clients on the spectrum for 3 years. She had like a spiritual gift. She would say things to me, and I'm like, how did you know that? Like, I don't know if it's a spiritual gift or they just notice they notice details more than I would say the average person. You know, would you say that's true with your friend, or what
I think that's true with him as well, because I noticed when I first met him, I didn't know that he was on the spectrum, but I noticed that he was very upfront. Like he was very matter of fact. And I was like, wow, this guy is really honest. Like, just the way he presented himself and the way he spoke to me. And I thought it was really cool. And then as I got to know him better, he told me later in our conversation that, yes, I'm on the spectrum, you know, I have autism. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's awesome. And every time I have conversations with him, he's just a delight to speak with.
I feel like they're refreshing in this world, a world where people are putting up fronts, people are they're just real, and they sometimes, you know, they can say things that people find offensive, but they're actually just being real and honest, and so there's never any what would it say, ulterior motive with them. They're just, and so that's why, you know, I hope people can open up their minds to people on the spectrum, because I really like to get rid of stigmas and just be understanding that they bring something to this world that we need in this world.
Yes, I agree
and I have the
100%.
chills as I'm saying that. They everything in life happens for a reason, and they're meant to bring something to this world that the world needs.
I'm really excited because you'll actually have the opportunity to meet him and his other friend who have autism this evening.
Oh, I can meet him. Oh, I'm so excited because
Yes.
like I said, I've worked with people on the spectrum as a behavioral therapist for, I got certified 3 years ago. So I've been studying for 3 years, and I do help them. I go into the homes, I help them with their interactions with other people, help them know what's appropriate and what's not appropriate. But to me, I just find them refreshing.
Yes.
Actually, when they're just completely themselves, but I'm kind of the outside the box behavioral therapist myself. So, you know, sometimes I think other people, well, why are you helping with that? But like, I almost just like them being their authentic self, to be
Yeah.
honest. So
Yes,
I think
I
we
agree
should-
with you.
Does that make sense?
Yes,
yeah.
that makes complete sense.
And I get to meet 2 of them tonight.
Yes, you get to.
Oh,
Yes.
so exciting.
Yep.
Wow, that's amazing. Well, thank you so much for coming on. Is there anything else you would like to share with our audience, like any messages or?
Be you. If people don't understand you, it's 100% okay, because
Uh-huh.
one day someone will. It doesn't matter who it is, who you are, where you are, what you're doing. Just be you and have fun.
Do you know what? Oh, and I got the chills. I'm just going to be real with you. I was the most excited about this interview because I do feel like you're going to give a message to our viewers that really needs to be heard right now, because I am out in the community helping people as a therapist, and you are giving a message that people need to hear about people and children on the spectrum, about other people that struggle with, you know, cutting and hardship in a way of having hope and just being able to be your authentic self. And that's I think why we clicked, because I like that you're just completely yourself and you're real. Yeah, I love that.
And another thing is like, no matter who you are, there's always a positive outlet for any outcome in any matter that you're involved in, or you any type of situation you find yourself in. There's always a positive outlet. Don't ever forget that, whether it be working out, whether it be painting, whether it be snowboarding or running. Doesn't matter what it is, you find it, you do it. Just be you.
And I've had my ups and downs too. You know, I've gone through suicidal thoughts as well. So when people are in those moments, like, what would you recommend they do?
Be strong.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's hard to lean on other people, because I will admit, I have always been one of those people, like, I do not like asking people for help.
I'm the same way.
I do not leaning on other people. When something is wrong with me, I do not like letting anyone else know. And even a lot of my military friends and everything, if they see this, they'll be surprised, because none of them knew that I was a cutter back then. We always wore long sleeves and everything, and so you could never see any of the things that I was doing to myself. But again, like, there's always some type of positive outlet out there. Lean on someone. Ask someone for help. It's okay it's okay to not be okay.
It's okay to not be okay. And she's such a giver. The night I met her, she literally was just like, oh yeah, I can pay for that. I can pay for that. And I was, as a behavioral therapist, I'm like, I hope she like says no sometimes. It's okay to say no, because like, you're just like so nice. And so I could see how they didn't know that you're a cutter. A lot of times the people I feel like we need to worry about the most are the ones who, because people who like hide it the most, because I think you and I are similar. I think this is why we bonded. We don't want to bring other people down around us. And so we hide our pain.
Exactly.
But I like that maybe we're trying to be a little more innovative and spiritually evolved, where it's okay to be real. It's okay to be ourselves sometimes and to show that vulnerability. Like, we don't have to be strong and like happy or like positive all the time. It's okay just to be real and be ourselves.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I agree with you 100%.
Yeah. I love that. Thanks so much for coming on today.
Of
I was really
course.
excited about this interview because I knew she would send a really powerful message to our viewers. Thank you so
Yay!
much.
That was fun.
Oh, we're gonna do one more little clip where you say, okay, here we are on the Are You Mad podcast series with Elizabeth Ashton. My name is Hurricane Karina Taylor. Yeah. Oh, look in this camera right here.
Okay, I didn't know which one to look
Sorry,
at. I was
I'm
kind of
sorry.
like looking around.
Sorry.
Okay, here we are on the Are You Mad podcast with Elizabeth Ashton.
Here we are on the Are You Mad podcast series with Elizabeth Ashton. My name is, and if you want to say anything else about yourself, whatever.
Here we are on the Are You Mad podcast with Elizabeth Ashton. My name is Hurricane Karina Taylor. It's okay to not be okay.
Perfect.
Is that okay?
That was perfect.
Okay.
Yes, I love it. Oh my gosh, that was
Okay.
perfect. You did so good. Thank